On March 17th of 2018, the New York Jets traded up 3 spots in the draft to 3rd overall to try and secure their next franchise quarterback. A little over a month later, after Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley were selected 1 and 2, the Jets were on the clock with their choice of pretty much any quarterback they'd want. The realistic options at the time were Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, and Josh Rosen. Many teams in the NFL had Darnold as their number 1 quarterback on the board that draft, so the Jets looked at it like a steal at the time and proceeded to take the 20-year-old out of USC. Since being in the NFL since 2018, Darnold has shown moments of brilliance and moments of disgrace. Darnold to this point has made 30 starts in his career, and we've seen some mixed results to say the least. The conundrum is that it's hard to fully judge somebody on the incompetent Jets roster, where it'd be hard for just about any quarterback to succeed. The question really is how much of Sam Darnold's struggles are team-related and how much of it solely relies on him. Darnold boasts a 39-32 touchdown to interception ratio, a 59% completion percentage, 6.7 yards per attempt, and a quarterback rating of 79.6. It's tough with Darnold because you see enough high-end plays that make you believe there is something there, but enough low-end plays that make you feel like he'll never amount to anything. As we all know, the state of the Jets is not so great right now. Not only do they sit at 0-4, but there is a tremendous amount of uncertainty with their current head coach Adam Gase. In Darnold's rookie season, the Jets had a defensive-minded head coach in Todd Bowles. Once he was fired after 1 season, Darnold had to learn another new playbook, this time with Adam Gase. Gase has built a negative reputation around the league, not only based on his record, but the success by some of his former players when he was in Miami, especially his former quarterback Ryan Tannehill. With the Jets in the running for the 1st overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the question has surfaced of whether Sam Darnold will be the quarterback in New York after this season. It's too soon to know which pick they'll have exactly, but the speculation is there, and the idea that Darnold could be finished with the Jets after 3 seasons does not seem too far-fetched. In most cases, he'd be given a 4th year, and he still could, but with a quarterback prospect that's been compared to the likes of Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, and John Elway, potentially on the board number 1 overall, it could be a situation where Sam Darnold's the odd man out. But this leads us to the question, would Sam Darnold be better off if the Jets got rid of him at the end of the year? My short answer is yes, but here's why. Number 1, there is no sustainability, and it's almost a sure thing that Sam Darnold would have to learn a 3rd new system in 4 years. If we're being honest with ourselves, there's a very good chance the Jets have a new head coach and/or offensive coordinator next season, so there's a reason right there that would hurt him, and it's not easy for a quarterback to learn a new system as it is, never mind 3 and 4 years. Number 2, the roster around him is not good. It's hard to succeed in such a difficult league when your top receiver by far is Jamison Crowder, and even he has his issues staying healthy. This narrative could change if guys like Brashad Perriman, Denzel Mims, or Chris Herndon make an impact by the end of the year, but so far they've shown no signs of life. Number 3, the current Jets GM Joe Douglas didn't even pick Darnold, so there's no reason to remain loyal to him. As we know, when new management takes over, they like to have their own guys, and if Joe Douglas sees an opportunity to move on from Darnold, who says he wouldn't? Mike Maccagnan, who drafted Darnold, was fired in the 2019 offseason, so they have no reason to remain loyal here. Number 4, the Jets have a long history of not being able to sustain a franchise quarterback. Think about it, when was the last time the Jets had a quarterback that lasted more than 5 seasons as a full-time starter? The one that comes to mind is Mark Sanchez, but he even lasted 4 years before they released him in the 2014 offseason. It's been a long list of mishaps, whether it's Geno Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty, Christian Hackenberg, or even Josh McCown. It's not necessarily the Jets' fault that none of these guys panned out, but if Darnold is looking for a long career in the same place, then New York might not be the place for him. Number 5, there are much better options out there for him after the season. We don't know every quarterback position that'll be open at this point, but if you think about the recent landscape of the NFL, there are bound to be at least a few quarterback openings after the offseason. A couple of good situations that come to mind for Darnold are the Colts and the Steelers. The Steelers have always been known for their continuity, and Ben Roethlisberger has brought up the idea of retirement a lot in recent years. Funny enough, Darnold got a lot of Roethlisberger comparisons coming out of USC based on his frame and somewhat their playing styles, so maybe this would be something that both Darnold and the Steelers would like. With the Colts, they're invested in the Phillip Rivers for 1 year, and while he's looked decent so far, they clearly believe that Jacoby Brissett's not the future there. They have a great offensive line, a great play caller, and Darnold can definitely benefit in that situation with a great defense as well. We are still unsure of what Darnold will do the rest of this year or where he will end up, but I honestly believe believe that the Jets getting the number 1 pick and selecting Trevor Lawrence might be the best thing that could happen to him. He's still 23 years old, so he has a lot of time on his side, and in my opinion would benefit way more in the long run by picking a great situation and team rather than chasing the playing time in a bad situation or remaining loyal to the Jets, who have done no good for him so far. That'll do it for this video. Leave in the comments what you think is best for Sam Darnold's future. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time.